Okay, awesome. So here we go, guys. Happy Wednesday. Happy mid-July. Does it feel like July in Canada? Or still Groundhog Day? Okay, tonight's awesome. We're going to be talking about the DMO. And for those that don't know what DMO is, daily method of operation. So we want to kind of dive in a little bit and give you guys some perspective, especially if you've been with us for about 30 days and you kind of done like the basics, you've done your launch call, maybe you've gotten to Partner Plus, maybe some of you have gotten to QSC and you're starting to get stuck in a rut and you're just like, okay, I see you guys on Power Hour and I have no idea what you're doing. It's always that like awkwardness of like, okay, what are they working on? What are the high paying activities? And that's what we want to talk to you guys today about. And so what I want to do is I'm going to just pull up our team website. But before I do that, is there anybody that wants to make any announcements to any new team members that might be on today? You want to welcome them if it's their first one, and I'll let you guys talk.
Yep. Welcoming Sam Safarik right in the middle of my screen. She's waving.
Hello,
Student
hello.
at Guelph, passionate about health and fitness, little rock star. She already fast tracked to Partner Plus.
Wonderful. Welcome to the team. Anybody else want to welcome?
Hey, I'd like to welcome Austin Foster and Emma Miller to the call tonight.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Welcome. Good stuff.
Hi, guys. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay. So we'll just jump right in then. Any NMDs, do you have any comments or announcements before we drive into the training? Anything that you want to share? Is that, Melissa, is Sarah Naylor on?
Yep.
Perfect. I didn't reach out to her today in regards to social media, so she'll have to wing it. Okay, so hold on here. So I'm going to share a screen. She's like, oh my gosh.
Thanks, Nicole.
Right? It's okay. You'll figure it out real fast when I start training on this. Okay. So this is where we're going. So Team Be the Change. This is our team website. What did you say, Melissa? We did this team website back in 2000, and did you say 2014? Wow. So we've had this website for 6 years, guys. Oh my goodness. This is so awesome. So this is really our team website where we put some valuable information to go for reference and events and stuff like that. And today we're going to focus on what to do daily. So if you just click the what to do daily tab, and we're going to scroll down. And so this is the kind of like little cheat sheet there. These are kind of like the 5 key things that we need to be focused on every single day. And whether you're spending 30 minutes a day on this business, an hour a day on this business, for some of you, it might be more than 1 hour, but these are kind of like what we call your high paying activities. So tonight we're going to go through mindset, social media. Yes, Sarah Naylor, that's going to be you. Social media. We're going to talk about how to invite to events. What does follow up look like? Customer care, and we will end it with just getting organized, because I think that's some of the biggest thing is a challenge of like, how do you guys stay organized with all of the conversations that you're having? So let's get started. So the first one is on mindset, and I'm going to get Melissa Hyde, who is our rockstar NMD. She was my first NMD in the business, and it's when you get your first leader moving through the marketing plan, it is a thing. It's exciting, and it really, and for those of you that have maybe one person working on your team, it ignites you. And so tonight, Melissa's going to just dive in a little bit about why mindset is probably the #1 thing that you need to be focusing on every single day. So Melissa, hi, take it away.
Thanks, Nicole. So yeah, for those of you that have known me for a little while, you'll know that I am always talking about mindset and personal growth, because you can learn about our products. You can learn about our compensation plan, right? But if you don't have the right mindset, the right belief in yourself, you're not going to take action and do the different daily tasks. So I'm sure all of you have taken many different, let's call it courses, where you're all fired up after and you're ready to put all these action steps into motion, and then time passes and you slowly revert back to old habits, right? It's because of the programming that's going on in our subconscious mind. Again, it's our self-image, what we think of ourselves. And if we don't reprogram the thoughts in our subconscious mind, we are never going to create new habits. We have to change that. And that's why I say this is something that we need to work on every single day, because if you can change this way that we're wired, the programming, then you're going to get the results that you want. And there's so many different things. I've listed a whole bunch here in this description underneath it. And then one of my absolute favorites, and there are many, is Sandy Rutherford. She's actually going to be on our call next week, and she's going to be talking about self-image, creating that, how does she call it? The self-image of your dreams, and just teaching you some skills and exercises that you guys can do every single day. It's just like creating a new habit of taking your Juice Plus when it's brand new, right, to you. You've got to learn to take that every single solitary day. And it's same with changing your mindset, changing that programming. You have to work on this every single day. And guys, it's not easy, because it's been going on for years. It's been passed down from generations before. So it takes time and work, but it is really, really possible. So really encourage you to tune in next Wednesday, of course, for that. And then she's also running a 3-day, some training on that as well. We did day 2 today, tomorrow's day 3, but I can add you to her face group. It's called Millionaire Mindset, and listen to the 2 30-minute recordings that she did already, and just get some more tips and tricks and things like that from her. But as I said, guys, this is the difference. This is going to make the biggest difference in life, not just as business, but in life, in all aspects, is to do this. Because you can take courses, and I just can't stress enough at all that, but it's that difference between knowing and doing. They call it the knowing doing gap. It's what's going on in between here. Why are you not taking all this knowledge that you already know and putting it into action, right? It's this gap that's happening, and it's based on our subconscious mind. So it's so important. And there are tons of leaders on here that have worked with Sandy. There are tons of leaders that have lots of different tools with respect to affirmations, because there's even certain way you want to be talking about affirmations. There's gratitude practices going on all the time. There's apps you can use. The list is endless. So just reach out to me if you like, or your upline or sideline, or whoever it is, and ask questions if you're not really sure what we're talking about, or you're intrigued and you want to learn some more. Then just reach out to one of us and we can totally help you with that. But as I said, I can't stress it enough. This is an absolute game changer, and this is the difference between people that are really successful and those that aren't. Like, once upon a time, I thought it was all hard work. I used to think, I got to do more. I got to do more calls, more reach outs. And it's actually not about that. We've got to spend the time on personal growth, on this mindset work. Do the work, of course, that's part of it, but it's this energy, the way we operate, that's going to make the biggest difference. And it's not just work hard and that's all of it, or just being lucky. It's mindset, and then everything else falls into place.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, I would say that the biggest thing that I've seen in all of my leaders, and especially Sarah, who's going to come on here in a sec, is just how in 5 years, you know, Sarah especially has just done such tremendous amount on mindset work that has allowed her to get to where she is today. And it's just so beautiful to see when you start to see that shift in people. And in that shift becomes their bravery. In that shift, they say yes to life. In that shift, they step into that leadership. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so that's the first thing. That's what we really encourage our team to do, is get into that mindset, focus on it every day. It's top priority before anything else. Second is social media. If you're not following our leaders, definitely be following our leaders, because you can get a lot of different ideas of how we're doing social media, how we're building our business. I would say that I mean, I'm following all of the leaders. I'm always getting different ideas. Everybody kind of has their different style. I want to say, and Sarah's going to train here in a sec on this, but for social media, I just added the social media training that was done by Azar from the UK. If you guys haven't seen it, it's about an hour training. It's fabulous. It's basic, and it gives you a really great foundation. So definitely you want to click there and watch it. But what I want to do is I want to just get Sarah on here to talk a little bit about social media from like you're brand new, or maybe you've been around a while, but just, you know, this here is talking a little bit about, you know, the frog piece, how to talk to conversation and how to move somebody from social media into moving to getting them to either watch a video or, you know, to come onto one of our calls. So I'm going to get Sarah, if you're cool with that, Sarah, and I'm throwing her on the spot. She didn't know she was going to talk tonight, but that's what I do to my leaders. That's why I keep them on their toes. But I feel that Sarah is one of our best consistent. So while all of our leaders are, but Sarah, you definitely stand out. You've got your own brand going on. You've really created an Instagram following. I know that a lot of your orders come from social media. So I think right here, this is so important. So I want you to hammer this a little bit and help them move through social media. Because I know, just think back 5 years ago, Sarah, how intimidating social media is, right? I don't know what to post. I'm lost for words. What image do I use? Where do I get the image? Somebody's interested. Oh my gosh, what do I do with an interested person? So take people through that kind of process of how to work social media and get them a little bit of peace that you evolve into it. It doesn't happen overnight.
Absolutely. So yeah, I started 5.5 years ago, and, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, if you've just, you know, getting with social media or you're an avid poster already. My number one tip would be to be yourself. Show who you are outside of Juice Plus. That is so important, because this is how your audience gets to know you and trust you. And at the end of the day, when you get a sale or a prospect or someone interested, it's because they've been watching you, and it's not just all Juice Plus, right? I've been doing this, like I said, for 5.5 years. So I do have a following that trusts me. I do post a little bit more often about Juice Plus, and I'm a little bit more open about, you know, showing labels and stuff like that. Not often, but some images I do. But I really would recommend you, one, creating kind of a schedule, I guess you could say. And we're talking about DMO. So pick a day, you know, that you can kind of pencil out. And we really do this business in the stolen moments of life. So don't, you know, get upset with yourself if that doesn't happen. But that's kind of what I do to kind of keep myself on track, because I am busy with full-time work and a toddler. But like Mondays I might do, and you will get to, like, my brand, and Nicole had pointed it out, is the personal growth that I've had. And that's what inspires me. So I am always posting about mindset, my own personal growth journey, inspirational posts. That's like what I love. If you love horses or gardening or something like that, always, you know, intertwine that in with your posts on a regular, maybe 3 times a week. And you want to be creating value. So if you have like a favorite, let's just use gardening, for example. If you have a favorite tip to get, you know, a gardening tip, you can do that. It doesn't always have to be, you know, just a picture and, you know, whatever. Adding value is super important when you're posting, and making people laugh too. So if you do have a sense of humor in life, really try to showcase that. Some of my biggest, most liked posts are a funny quote or me being silly. And I know Jen Brennan, she's incredible on her Instagram stories. I absolutely love watching her little kids be funny. And that's what people love. They like to be relatable to you. So make sure that you're being personal with your audience. That being said, we want to kind of drizzle on people what we're doing. So there's tons of resources in the Freedom Revolution. I go there often. Our team website that we're on right now, and Nikki has done wonderful job in our team B Facebook group. There's tons of like posting examples. And I know that we've chatted about it on the other day on a call about social media. We're here, one team, one mission. You know, if you guys see something about my post and you like it, yes, use it. You know, you don't need to ask me, but other people do prefer you to ask them. And if you might know the same circle of friends, maybe not post that post that same day, maybe a couple weeks, because the same content is going to be viewed, right? But social media is a beautiful thing. A lot of stuff that I get, I'm inspired by other leaders in our company, you know, and I have a little notepad. I actually save most of my stuff that I come across. I send it to myself in Facebook Messenger. So I'll save some visuals, I'll save the content. And you know, if I'm feeling stuck and I don't feel inspired, I can sift through some things. There's so many great posts out there that, you know, most people are willing to share. So that would be a tip of mine, is get somewhere, whether it's a notepad or in a messenger, where you share, where you send yourself things, or where you're saving things that you resonate with. I do have been, you know, using social media really, really in depth the last, I would probably say 2.5 years, and really reaching out to my cold market. I'm very lucky that I have had a larger warm market and reached some of our top positions with my warm market. But, you know, I have big, hairy goals. And sometimes when you have big, hairy goals, you got to do scary things. And sometimes that's talking to people that you don't know. And the mindset, like Melissa said, is the foundation of everything, especially when you are talking to people. Because when you're talking to a complete stranger or someone that you know, you've detached from the outcome, right? And this doesn't come, you know, second nature. It took me probably about 2.5 years to not give a flying F what people thought of me anymore. But it's because I did the mindset work, and because I had like my belief in the product was 10 out of 10. My belief in the community is 10 out of 10. The belief in the business is 10 out of 10. And with the mindset work, the belief in myself was definitely getting to the 10 out of 10. So when someone, well, just use Instagram, for example, if I have someone like my post, I will go to their page. If I'm not following them already, I'll follow them. Well, sorry, first of all, I'll look to see what their page looks like. You know, if you've got all these weird things, I had this one the other day, it was all like women's butts. I'm like, nope, not following you. Like, you just wonder, you know, what robots are out there. So you got to be careful who you follow. But, you know, you can tell right away if this is somebody, you know, that you might want to share the business or product with. I'll follow them and I'll message them. Hey, you know, I use Frog. It's very simple. My first question is like, hey girl, I love your page. I love connecting with like-minded people. Whereabouts are you from? And, you know, they might say, I'm from blah, blah, blah. Where are you from? And people always love to hear that you're from Canada, because most people on Instagram are not. It's very rare, a low percentage. And then I ask them what they do. And for example, I'm talking to this one girl from Florida, and it's bad. COVID is very bad right now in Florida. And I asked what she did. And she's a nurse, and we just started talking, and her pain came out within a few seconds of us chatting. That might not always happen, but it just simply was from, where are you from? What do you do? And then the conversation just started flowing. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, nursing, that is so tough. Like, we're so grateful for people like you. She's like, yeah, but it's really hard. You know, I just wish that I, you know, I love nursing, but just with this whole thing, you know, I just don't think it's for me. I'm in fear every day going to work. And, you know, right there, I said, you know, I was blunt about it. You know, have you ever been, I asked, are you familiar with network marketing? And she's like, kinda. And I just shared with her a little bit. I'm like, would you be open to checking out a short video? And she's like, actually, yes, I'd be so chatting. And I have a connection call with her on Friday. So just finding the pain. I feel like it's your goal is to find their pain, and that can happen right away, or you can be doing the dance of talking for a while, right? And you just have to be patient. Or depending of how brave you're feeling, sometimes you can just ask like, hey, I am just really resonating with your vibe, and we're on one of the fastest growing teams in Canada right now, and I'm looking for incredible women like you to join my team. If I sent you a video, would you be open to, checking it out? If not, no worries. Like, I just, share so simply like that. And it's crazy how many people say yes. It's very rare that people say no when you're brave and just ask. And it's weird. Sometimes I can feel it energetically to just ask it like that. And other times I can, I'm chatting, and sometimes it's awkward, and, I'm like, what do I say next? And it's light out there, do you have, even though, we're in this awful, state, do you have any fun plans with your family? No, I don't have any money. Whoa, there's another pain, right? Like, it's just asking those simple questions. And we don't have to complicate the conversation. We are, it's all about relationships, right? And that is what we're doing. We're building relationships with multiple people. I really encourage you to be using TMZ to track all of these conversations, because that can be, I'll scroll down from some messages like, oh my gosh, I forgot to even send this person a video. So when you start having conversations with people on different platforms, make sure you're using something like TMZ, or you have your own spreadsheet that works, that works for you. And yeah, there's some really good examples of how to be blunt. And what's the last one here? Yeah, and it's all about the simple asking questions and being brave with who you're talking to. And I, with social media too, I kind of, the like, love, and comment, I know that that's a trick that a lot of people may know about or may not know about. But for example, I have a girlfriend who her kids are always sick, and I'm like, maybe she's not even seeing my posts. And so I went onto her profile, and a way you guys can trick the algorithms, because a lot of people that you may think are seeing your post aren't. So you would go to the person's Facebook page, you would like their profile picture, love and separate picture, and then comment on a third post. And this tricks the algorithms to for Facebook to be like, oh, this person is this person's friend, and vice versa. So if you have you look at your list. If you have a top 10 list for people in your business, people that you want to be on the product, go and do that to their profile so that they're seeing your things, right? And if someone's liking your stuff, then yeah, reach out to them. Hey, I saw that you liked my post. Thank you so much for the support. Just curious, like what caught your eye about it, or what did you love about it? And just have a conversation that way. And sometimes it doesn't even have to revolve around Juice Plus at all, guys. Just do some feel-good reach-outs, And one of my feel-good reach-outs was sad, but I'm grateful that I did. It's a girl that is an acquaintance of mine from high school. I've actually chatted with her about the Tower Gardens, and I'm just like, hey, Tash, I haven't seen you on Facebook in a while. I hope all is well. The kids, I'm sure because they're very into sports and stuff. I'm like, I'm sure the kids are struggling with not doing sports. And she messaged of like this awful illness that she's going through. She actually has to get blood transfusions, and she's like, that's probably not the answer you were looking for. And you know, I had to sit with it last night because I didn't want to come off, you know, salesy right away. And, you know, I just reached out to her and I'm like, I just want to let you know that it's been on my mind since you've messaged me back. And obviously I said something very personal. I'm like, I need to share this from my heart because I know it's helped my stepdad with his leukemia. She doesn't have leukemia, but, and I said, please don't think that I'm coming across as a salesy person. I just know that this was such a gift to my stepfather. And I would love if you would just take a look at some of our research and some testimonials. And she was like, absolutely. You know, and so that was just from a feel good message. I just reached out to her to say, hey, and you just never know. That's why it's important to, you know, have a daily method of operation to reach out to new people every single day. So you're keeping your funnel full.
Awesome. Sarah, we could talk about social media all
night.
And it's good. So valuable. Like social media just has, it just has to be such a priority every single day. And it's a skill set that you're just going to keep on getting better and better at. So thank you for that amazing training. So the third thing that you want to be focused on in a day is inviting people to an event or watching a video. Okay. So just like Sarah was training on social media, is like, so when they say, yes, I'd like to know more, that's when it's your opportunity to pick your favorite videos, have them saved on your phone, use Freedom Revolution. But typically my first go-to is I'll invite them to one of our tower talk. And if they can't get on one of those within the week, then I will send them a video. But I always go to the event first and really encourage, because the close rate on an event where you actually get somebody for 30 minutes is so, so high. Whereas if you send them a video, it's almost like an easy out, and then you can get ghosted quite quickly. So my first preference definitely is the open. And then the second would be obviously like the video if, you know, they can't get on it that week and you want them to get it. And the cool thing is we've got so many amazing videos. And if you're, you know, some of your new training over time will be to watch the videos on the Freedom Revolution and pick your favorite and get familiar with the ones that will resonate with certain people, right? So it takes time to kind of get your favorites. I remember over the years when I started to build my, you know, my videos, is you got like watch one and, oh, I like this one, or this one's my favorite. So and that can take some time, but just pick a few and make a few and keep it really, really simple. Obviously a lot of you have done calls, so that could actually be a video that you would send somebody if they really wanted to deep dive into what you're up to. So inviting, so every day you're inviting people to an event. That's your third step that you're doing in a day. The fourth thing is then once you've maybe invited them to an event or you've sent them the video, the fourth step that you're going to be doing in the day is the follow-up. You're going to be following up, and you're going to, your goal is to get a yes or no, or to get them on a three-way call because they need more information. So I want to just reiterate that the fortune is in the follow-up, okay? And I really want you guys to help you understand that the new stats in regards to how long it takes somebody to say yes, it can take up to an average of 7 to 10 follow-ups before somebody says yes or no. Get that through your head, 7 to 10. And I know it sounds scary and intimidating, especially if you're brand new on here, but when I say 7 to 10 follow-ups, it's more of, I call them love pokes. When I learned this last year on a TeamZ boot camp, I was like, okay, I'm going to take this on, I'm going to try it. And for that 1 month, all I did was do the same thing that I did, you know, every single month. Is I used to give up on people after about 3 reach outs. They'd either ghost me or I didn't hear from them, and I was like, whatever. And I just had this like really bad attitude of like, if after 3, if they're that stupid to not get back to me, it's their loss. But that's a really bad attitude to have. And I had to reprogram my brain, work on the mindset to say, have compassion. People are busy. Life is noisy. So they're not getting back to you typically because they're ignoring you on purpose. They're not getting back to you because all of a sudden your message scrolled down to number 30 or 100 and you got lost in the chaos, right? Think about your text notes. Think about the Boxer and all of the messages that you get every day. It can be so overwhelming, and that's most people's lives. So you want to make sure that you keep on following up, and asking questions like, oh, what did you like best about the video? You know, and this is some of the verbiage that I would say, you know, isn't it cool that 26 years ago, this company figured out how to put fruits and vegetables into a chewable? Can I help you set up an order today? You know, are you excited to join me for our next shred? That's a common, you know, language that I use when I follow up. You know, we just need to get your order in this week so that you'll have it in time for, you know, the start date for the shred. You kind of have to move people through the like yes or no process. You know, can I send over my link to you today? I help people make that decision. I help people move forward. And then again, you know, if the prospect is still on the fence with objections or questions, you want to invite them on a three-way call, and you're using a technique like something like, you know, they've asked you a question such as, you know, what do I get for the $52? And you're new and you're freaked out and you don't know how to answer that. You would just say, you know, it's easy. Can I just jump on a call with you with my my business leader? She's been around a lot longer, or he's been around a lot longer. It'll take a quick, you know, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you want to say. 15 minutes is not so intimidating, and they can answer everything for you. Or, you know, if it's a question like, and this is a big objection, right? Like, oh, you know, it's not for me because I wouldn't be good at sales. That's a big one. Again, if you don't know how to answer that, again, say, oh my gosh, that's like a common fear. Can we just jump on, you know, with Nicole? She's my business leader. She had the same fear when she started. I just want you to hear her story and have a conversation with her. So the three-way calls are huge. I know that really helped grow my business in the beginning is the three-way calls, and we love to have them. And then once they become a customer or a partner, you know, now what you do, you want to make sure that you tap them in to making sure that they get on our Design Your Sweet Life page so that they get the customer love and support. You want to make sure that they're on our monthly newsletters so that they're getting kind of like what's up and coming. You also want to make sure with your new partner that on Monday nights we have our new partner launch call. You want to make sure they tune into that so they can kind of launch and understand the basics. Also to encouraging them to get on the team call so they can get advanced, you know, training. What I want to say about, you know, working through the funnel, and we've talked in previous team calls about the funnel, right? Kind of like moving people through that conversation, you know, that post, that conversation, that tool, that event, and you're moving them down towards a yes or a no. What I want to say is that if you're having, and I'll just give you some rough numbers, but if you're having about 20 conversations per month with people, right? It's through social media, it's over the phone, whatever it is. These are the numbers that you have to keep in mind. So if you're having 20 conversations, you might get 8 people to an event, and out of the 8 people, 4 will want more information, and then out of the 4, 2 will jump on a three-way call, and 1 will join your team. So if you're asking yourself, why am I not growing my business? Why am I not moving forward? Take a look at those numbers and ask yourself, are you having at least 20 conversations a month? And if you want to grow your team faster, you're going to have to talk to more people. Those are just the numbers. Number 5, what do we do in a day? What do we do daily is customer care. You definitely want to make this a priority. Why? Because you're going to not only set yourself up to have lifetime customers, but they're also going to provide a potential of either a very, very strong referral base to you or possibly one of your future new team members. So my newest team member that came on this month has been a customer for about 2 years. She is a friend of my daughter's. Her daughter was having a lot of compromised immune stuff, getting sick all the time. I told her my story. She was like, oh my gosh, that's my daughter. So she's been having such great results. She lost 10 pounds. She did part of the shred one time. And she just called me out of the blue and said, Nicole, I think I'm ready. I've got a bunch of my friends that are so impressed about our health and how I'm looking, and they want what I have. So I just signed her up. And it's because I've been staying in touch with her for 2 years, every month, checking in. How are you doing? Where are you traveling? How's the kids? Loving hard on her. So tonight is not going to be a specific customer care. We're going to do another training in a couple weeks on customer care. But I do want to make sure that you understand that customer care is so important. Love hard on your customer. If you click on this button, it will actually go to another part here in our page, customer care page, And we will train on customer care another time, but if you want, you can go through this on your own, some great information on customer care. And then the last part of what to do daily is about keeping track of everything. And Melissa's going to touch on that.
Woo! Information overload, guys. I'm glad I get to wrap it all up because yes, there is so much to keep track of. And I know I did this and it happens a lot when people get started. They're like, oh yeah, I can keep track of everything. I've got lists here and, you know, in my phone and all that. Your business is going to grow really quickly if you're working it. And you are suddenly going to start losing names of people and contacts left, right, and center. So I suggest, even if you haven't been up till now, that you get organized immediately, because it's way easier to do that now than waiting and accumulating more prospects and more customers and so on. So there's a few different options. The number one that we do request is called Teamzy. The website's right there, www.teamzy.com. That is the most brilliant website for social media people, or for network marketers ever. It is a place where you can house all of your prospects, all of your customers, all of your teammates. You also keep track of what social media platform do you use to communicate with them. It gives you verbiage ideas. It schedules, well, you schedule the follow-up and then it pops up on that day when you're supposed to follow up with them. And the whole premise of Teamzy is to make someone's day. It's not a sales website. It's making someone's day so that these people stay in front of you, if you will, on a regular basis, how often you want to be in touch with them. And if you just get in the habit of using this, and when you first start, you can
getting what?
Mom's like the confession.
You can upload all of your information from Facebook.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Where are you?
We're about to go into.
Nicole, can you, or Nikki, can you mute?
Got it.
Thanks. So you can upload all of your information from Facebook, for example, so you don't have to go and do every single person. Or what I also recommend is just start tomorrow. Add one person, and then when you're talking to somebody else, add them as you go. You can do it that way. It is free for the first 30 days, which I think is brilliant because that gives you an opportunity to grow your business, get that first or second promotion and get a little bit of money. And then after the 30 days, it's $19, guys. It's so affordable, and literally one order a month more than covers the cost of this website, and is the best thing you'll ever do. Because I tell you, there are so many people that I had forgotten about, but thankfully I was using Teamzy and their name popped up when the day was for me to follow up with them. So it has been amazing. The other thing I love about it, it's a website, but you can also use it really well on your phone. And for busy people, like that's how I was when I first started using this, crazy busy. I used to waste so much time shuffling papers. Where was that name? Who am I supposed to follow up with? Literally now I open Teamzy on my phone if I'm just sitting around waiting, to pick up somebody, or I have 5 minutes, I'm waiting for a meeting. I open up Teamzy, it shows me who it is that I need to connect with, and I could send a message, and then I put it away and I open it and I pick right back up where I left off. So there's zero time wasted wondering, who do I contact? How do I find them? What did I say to them before? It's all there. Or as I said, even if you don't know what to say next, there's even ideas of following up with them. It's absolutely brilliant. So there's that option. And then I know Randy has been using Google Docs. If you just want to start with something a little bit less expensive, there's that. Or even an Excel spreadsheet so that you can keep track of everybody in one place. And if you're doing those things, then I would just put reminders in your phone so that you don't forget these people, because fortune is in the follow-up, guys. We are just too busy to think that we can keep track of all those. So pick something and start now. Even if it's, like I say, just start now. Whoever you talk to next, add them into whatever system you're using and go from there. Switch to Teamzy when you're ready and want to, but do something now so that you can keep track of people and save yourself a lot of time, not wasting so much time. So then you can spend more time on the income producing activities.
Awesome. Thanks, Melissa. So there's the list. If you want to take a picture of it, have it on your phone, maybe it's your screensaver. That is what we recommend you guys do, especially when we do Power Hour. So for those of you that have never been on Power Hour, we do it Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And when you come onto our call and you're seeing us and we're down, we're doing one of those 5 things. That's what we do. And we repeat and we repeat and we repeat and we repeat. It is a simple business. You just, the magic of it is just doing it over and over again consistently until you find the next person that wants the business just as much as you. And then you work with that person and you get them to the, you moving through the marketing plan until you find the next person, and you just don't give up. Now, I know there's a bunch of chat stuff. I haven't pulled it up yet. Any questions? I guess we'll just open it up now to any questions at this point. And maybe some of you guys have been answering as we go. Thank you. People have been commenting here. Oh, good. Lots of people have been commenting. Yeah, so what to do daily? How does that feel? Is that scary? Do you think you guys can take that on? 30 minutes a day? A lot of people do this just for 30 minutes. Some people do it for an hour. Typically, you start to invest more when your paycheck starts to go up. Yeah. Anybody else want to comment? How about you, Randy? Do you want to talk about daily method of operation? Is that pretty much what you're doing right now to build your business right from the get-go? You're now 2.5 months into this business.
I would have to say that a lot of that goes into it, and I do spend more time on the spreadsheet than I'd like to sometimes, but it is important, especially keeping track of everyone. And I was going to ask Sarah if there was a timeline that she figured between initial contact and then verbal contact.
Can you repeat the question? And I'm assuming you're asking me, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Like the time between the initial contact, like they reach out to you, and the time that you actually have a conversation with them. Is it like?
Well, if they're reaching out to me, I try to get back to them, within a 24-hour period. But I am, not messaging people at 1 a.m. if that's when it comes in. And I do work full time, and I really do this in stolen moments of life. So sometimes there is big gaps in conversation, and maybe things would be happening a lot quicker, but I have to honor where I am in life and not, be tied to my phone or like, oh, I got to message this one back. I just try to be as easy about it as possible. But you also don't want to seem like the conversation's not important, so just being mindful of if they've just said something kind of important, you don't want to leave that for 24 hours to get back to them. So it's just using your instinct, but typically, if someone reaches out, I'm getting back to them pretty quickly.
And the other half of that question goes to Melissa and or Nicole, the time between follow-ups. You said 7 to 10. What would be a timeline for, okay, not today. Do you set up when you're going to call them back? Do you say, okay, then I'm going to call you back in 3 days, or?
Are you asking if I'm having an actual conversation with the person, or I'm following up and I haven't heard back, so I'm going to follow up again?
Example, I've been more or less chasing this one person, and they keep saying, oh yeah, I'm going to do it this weekend. And so then Monday comes around and I am following up with them.
What is it they're going to do?
They want to sign up, but they want to do it on the link.
I would just keep going with them. At least they're responding to you. So that's great. And then you may get, after a while it goes on and on and on, and just, hey, Tracy, how can I make this easier for you? Do you want me to just do this for you? And then I can show you how to sign up when you have a prospect to sign up. I said, like, you're so busy. How can I make this easier for you? Try
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Thanks.
But in terms of how long it takes to sign up or to following up with somebody, I try to set that up before I get off the phone. Whether it's a teammate, I try to always book the next meeting, or if it is somebody I'm having a conversation with, I'm like, for example, today somebody was going to tune into the Tower Talk and then our prospect call tomorrow. And I'm like, great. So do you want to chat again Friday then after you've watched those and I can answer more questions? Does that sound good? So I always try to
Make
like
the
ask,
appointment.
and
Yeah.
I give people 2 options because everyone is so busy, right? And if I say, what day works for you? They're going to say, I don't know. Let me check my calendar. But if I say, would Friday be better or is a weekend better? They can usually make a decision between 2 things. And if they'll say, oh, Saturday, I'll say, great, morning or afternoon. So I just keep narrowing it down for them. So it's an easy thing for them to make. Easy decision, right?
Yeah.
And then if I'm following up with people that are not necessarily responding, I just kind of go with my gut in Team Z as to when I put the next follow up, and it varies.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Thank you.
yeah. And it's like for me, when I'm doing follow-ups, I'm just giving a couple girls that I signed up on the Healthy Starts, and it took me probably about 7 to 10 is I'd be like, hey, and you went here, you went here, you went here. And then so it's like the 4th time, usually the 4th time, that's when I get playful. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm getting ghosted right now. This reminds me of my dating, and just have fun and be playful. And oftentimes when I do say something like that, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm totally not ghosting you, Nicole. And then they usually give me a list of reasons of why. And I say, no problem. There's no pressure here. I just really know that you were interested in getting your kid healthier because they've been sick all the time. So I come back to the pain. The reason why I've been following up with you is because you expressed this, and I know that I can help you with that. And then it would be, oh, I'll watch. Do you want me to send the video again? Or, and questions, right? Just like Melissa said, when do you think you have 5 minutes to watch this video? In the next couple days? And she'll say, you know what, I'm going to watch it right now. And that's actually how I got it ordered. She goes, I actually got time right now. I'm going to watch it right now. She's like, stay online. And then I might have some questions. So within that kind of 15-minute period, she watched the video. She had a few questions. She's like, I'm ready to sign up. Send me the link. So it's just catching people with that attention, right? Just catching them in that moment with when are it's attention. It's just getting them to listen to that information. So, and I call it love pokes. So I'm just like, hey, how was your weekend? Not asking for the order, but just hey, how was your weekend? And that's what Team Z has taught us, is it's just reaching out with not always having to be the sale, right? Just, hey, I thought of you because how was your weekend? Did you have fun at the cottage? And then it can lead into that next conversation or not, right?
One more question. Does anybody want to build a snowman?
Oh, there we go. Christmas spirit. I love it. I love it. Ilona, are you in a bikini? You go, girl. She's like.
Oh my God, my video was on the whole time. Great. I'm hanging up curtains while I'm listening to you guys. So this is change because I took off my my Christmas outfit. I'm like, I'm going in the pool. So this is good that all you saw was a bikini. You guys are lucky.
I'm like, oh, we're gonna get some naked Santa.
All the men on the call are like, "Whoa, what am I got myself into?"
Well, we weren't saying nothing.
Oh God.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Shred. Thank you, Shred 10. Okay, awesome. Any other comments or questions before we wrap up? I do want to say a couple things as we wrap up the week with a couple other events. So the good news is, if you didn't see already on the virtual office, our compensation plan document sheets are all ready to go. So yay, yay, yay. So you just have to log on to your virtual office, go under forms and resources, scroll down, and you'll see compensation booklet phase 1 and phase 2. So I would definitely recommend you guys go and print them off. They'll be downloaded probably within the next 24 to 48 hours on the Freedom Revolution. So just wanted to let you know that. Secondly, about tomorrow's kind of special. Not only do we have our 2 overview calls, so Melissa will be doing the 2 o'clock one, Sarah will be doing the 8 o'clock one. I do know, JJ, we're doing your launch call at 8:15. And then 9 o'clock is the Canadian Awards Recognition Night. So it will be online. There is a flyer, and that's your opportunity to see all of the big promotions right across Canada and just celebrate all the success. There will be a lot of Team B recognition, let me tell you, because our team has been kicking some serious butt. So you want to go on, you want to support your team, and all of the recognition for tomorrow, and that will be tomorrow at 9 p.m. That's all I had to say. That's it. That's all. Thank you for your participation. I love the costumes. I love the team spirit. We have so much fun. You guys have any other ideas of what to do and what to dress up? Help after doing this for 4 months, we start running out of ideas. I'm like, I don't know, just show up naked.
Let's wear face masks next week.
Face masks. Oh my gosh.
Not.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks guys for joining. Thank you for the last minute training. Sarah, you did awesome. Thank you for Melissa for helping training tonight, and lovely to see everyone, and welcome our new team members. Have a great night, everyone.